Bells, 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 bells of hot goss.
We are gossing it up today like two lactose intolerants at an ice cream shop occur.
Toot, toot. So much goss.
Toot, toot, toot to the moon. We've got a Chicago roundup, stories from gigs, and Big Apple futures on the horizon.
Honey, it's apple picking season, Drag the Musical. Plus shady promoters that owe girls money and the newly crowned winner in the kingdom.
Tale as old as time. And hot mics. Our mics are on and we are ready to discuss.
And a deep, deep, deep spelunking to answer all your deep, dark thoughts and questions.
Are you ready to goss?
You know it!
M.
Oh.
M. Mom! Welcome to Good Morning Los Angeles. Today we're talking to two lesbians.
They have taste. They'd never be on this program.
Vanilla? In a wedge?
Welcome back to another steaming,
Steaming.
scalding serving
Scalding.
of hot goss.
Oh, whoa, whoa. Ouch. Today, we're talking to four lesbians. Women who live together. Does society make it harder? Today, we're talking to four lesbians. That's from the Golden Girls. Rose gets the girls on her talk show because she's like, we want to interview women who live together. And they're like, oh, okay, we get to be on TV. And then they get there and they realize it's a show about lesbians. And they have to go along with it or Rose will get in trouble.
Wait, I'm pretty sure I know a Lebanese person.
Yes, of course.
Several
Danny
Lebanese.
Thomas.
And one, in fact, in case, yes.
Janice Ian in Mean Girls.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
Dipper, did you shave your head?
Yeah.
I saw that episode of the pod where you were talking about
My balding?
hair balding.
Have you
It
tried
looks so
Nutrafol?
good though.
Yeah, I've tried Nutrafol and my hair has slowed down, but I should have tried it when I was in my 20s. Preemptive.
But the
It's
thing
Priyanka.
is, you can carry off the look of a shaved head so well. Like you look like yourself. You look so good. Like
The man who cut my hair was in Fort Lauderdale, and why at a haircut did at one point he lift up my t-shirt and rub my bare back with his bare hands? Why was that part of the haircut? In the salon full of people.
Lymphatic,
Drainage?
yes, I'm pretty sure.
is
Maybe-
that
maybe
was that
he was
part of it?
Wait,
I
here-
woke up to that because I had drifted off. I often drift off in the barber chair because I like the little buzzing around my ear. It calms me down. And then I was like, wait, why is my back cold? Why? Oh, he's
maybe he was
rubbing
trying
my-
to figure out where to stop cleaning up the neck and start cleaning up the back hair. That's the only thing I could think. Or maybe he just wanted a handful of the dip.
What
That's-
privilege.
That sounds like
Maybe he was trying to get your Dippin' Dots.
baby.
it sounds like you should file a report. I mean, that sounds like a pretty textbook.
What was wild is that everyone else was around and other people were getting like barber massages. You know that machine you slide your hand into that vibrates? Like old school barbers would sort of like rub your neck and shoulders after a shave.
That's not a machine. That's a person.
I think
I've never
you
seen that
Okay.
machine. Can you put your dick in it and balls?
I'm sure you could put both the
Probably.
dick and the burls.
Burls? Burlives.
Well, thank you for the compliment on my
Champion of the people.
No, it
It's
looks
not
really
fully
good.
shaved. There's a little.
Now, have you thought of opening a Dippin' Dots station in Provincetown? It would just be the same Dippin' Dots, but there would be hair in them. Clippings.
Coarse
dots.
hairs.
Clippings, poppers, Santorum.
Not Santorum.
Nobody
What?
likes Dippin' Dots.
What happened with Chicago? It sounded so fun. It looked so amazing. What was the tea? How many people did you get to vote?
So we sold out the house at Metro. We had Detox there. We had Brooklyn
You want me
there.
to leave Metro?
Lucy Stool was our fabulous MC for the night and co-promoter.
Love Ms. Stool.
It was packed. Ben and Jerry's gave us free ice cream to support the cause, including a vegan flavor.
Oh!
It was, by all accounts, a wonderful show. At the point where we were like, "Oh my God, it's almost over." Lucy was like, "Intermission."
Oh,
let's get some bar sales.
Run it back. Run back the music.
But honestly, it was such a quick and great packed show that, like, by the end of it, Detox and I were performing Chow Down, and there's a part where she goes, "I'm a top," and then she goes, "I'm trans now," and just like knowing her for the last few years and keeping this secret under my lid for people who say I can't keep a secret. It was nice to share that moment with her where she's just like finally like, "I'm done. Everybody can know I don't care anymore." And I said backstage, I said, "Kudos, mama. Thank you for spilling." And then she snatched her hair. She snatched her real hair right up.
Oh, I live. And I mean, it was no like big, like grand secret or anything. She was just really aware of like how she wanted to sort of come publicly with, because there's so much involved with, especially like Drag Race fandom, and they are, Drag Race fans. So she was like, just like very aware of how she wanted to come out publicly. And I'm so excited and so happy because she's, living her truth and being a hot, gorgeous woman.
I love that she did it on stage in a beautiful gown by Dallas Coulter.
Gorgeous gowns.
Instead of just going on chat roulette, putting her arms up in the air and shaking her titties how she normally does. Saying, "I'm trans now. I'm a T-girl." Brooklyn was there, and we got to talk about
I love Detox.
Canada's versus the world. She was backstage helping lace Detox up, and I was getting all the inside tea on Canada's versus the world, and it was so great because I just finished watching the season.
Who's responsible for Snatch Game the Rusical? Who's behind that?
I asked her about that, and she said, "We didn't know." It was a simple, and seeing the look in her eye being just an honest, like, "We don't know." It definitely was not Brooklyn's idea, I'll tell you that.
The writers have gone into hiding. They won't take credit for it.
Who was Brooklyn in Snatch Game? Do we remember?
Celine Dion.
Oh.
And it was notoriously not transcendent.
Oh. Well, some things need to go down with the ship. Titanic! Now in Toronto, Sydney, Chicago, London. It's all over. That boat gets around more than me. Chicago was wonderful, all encompassing, and Layla was there. Who else popped in? Utica was there. All the Chicago sisters came out to see the show, and it was a lovely feeling to register all those people to vote too.
Honey Mahogany.
Miss Honey flew in, giving an air of dignity and class to the whole event.
Yes.
She didn't go on stage and say, "How y'all faggots doing?" She was esteemed and dignified.
Where are my tops? Honey, if you scream like that, you ain't no top. Okay.
Yeah, it was a great event. Thank you, Big Dipper, for arranging it all and for the Drag PAC people.
Chat. Fuck you, bitch.
We went to Progress Bar. It was one of the best DJs ever. I found out he was straight, and I still stayed. We had so much fun. We went out on the street and talked to people about voting. We were at a party, and Michelle Obama was there. At Tao.
Really?
Uh-huh. She was at Tao. Michelle Obama.
Did you say hi?
No, girl. I don't talk to her.
Did you say... When they go low, we go, hi.
That's what you would have said.
That would be my opener.
I would have told her, "I read all your books, even the cookbook. I don't even cook." I didn't get eyes on her, but I did see some suited and booted men searching every car and every little orifice before the party, like doing their due diligence checks, I guess.
Dude.
They got
Chicago.
It was a great
Chicago and
party.
the house girl, what you gonna do?
Billy Porter was there.
What?
He performed. It was great. I just seen him at the ball last week for the Living Legends ball, and I had forgotten while I was there that I was privileged enough to see Miss Calypso Jete read one of her sisters Beneath the Dirt. She was outside with her, and the girl was saying something sideways to her. So Calypso, she tapped on her bicep and said, "Ooh, hard, strong, strong, and wrong." And the girl goes, "And wrong," and she says, "Your face." And then she walked away. And me and Mike and somebody else were standing there. Oh, Aaron. And we were gagged at how Calypso so severely and deftly read this girl. And then a minute later, she kissed her on the face and said, "I love you, sister." That is, like, why is it you can always read your sister the most fiercely and the most severely? I thought the other girl was going to swing on her. Swing.
I know. I'm in the group chat with you and Courtney, so I understand.
Well,
Shame.
well, Courtney sometimes tries it, and at her big age,
she does not try it. You just fucking eviscerate her every chance you get. What did she try?
Not every chance. She had tried something. Let me go. I will find what she tried. She tried something.
Pull it up. Pull it up. Pull up the text.
I'm pulling it up.
I had to go get Tonka groceries.
What the fuck is that?
It's from the monkey show, the chimpanzee show.
Oh.
It's on Max. It's really good. I had to get Tonka groceries.
She had said, "Oh, I said something about me being a Cancer," and she said, I said something about Cancers are homemakers and we create space by nature.
Homewreckers or homemakers?
Homemakers.
Oh my god.
And she
Both
said,
things
"Well, that
can be true."
I said, "I'm not unwell," and she said, "Well, that's up for debate." And then I screen capped just a small visual for her own reference of that.
What? What?
That,
What? You can't come for Courtney Axe bodacious body. I mean, as much as you want to try.
I'm not coming for her body.
I'm
coming for her decision making for wearing clothes too small for her body. Which create muffin topping and lumpy dumpy rolls where there should not be any. Because she is so fit and fierce that if she wore the correct size clothing, I'm baffled sometimes. And tits, because usually I'm pretty sure the thing she is trying to emulate has tits as a female impersonator.
No, anything goes nowadays. The titless look is so in.
In olden days, a glimpse of titty would lead to something litty, but heaven knows, Courtney Act goes.
We're gonna go to break, but we do have a rainbow
spotlight. What about P-Town?
We do. We can talk about it after the break, but we have a break here, and we have a rainbow spotlight for you. This is a song called "Work Me Out" by Jack O'Nasty.
Ooh,
so why don't we take a listen?
Work me out now.
Work me down now. Baby, give me, work me down.
No.
Willam, is that link clickable for you
What link?
on the outline?
Oh, yeah.
The rainbow
It is.
spotlight?
I'm going to click it.
Yeah, you should click it.
Honey, check out the video. You think the song is good? Check out the video. It grabs your attention right away.
Whoa.
Oh
Jack
my
O'Nasty.
god.
This is wow. It's like putting
That does it.
It's
My
like
next music video is going to be nothing but hot, bare ass shaking, glistening in the sun. I'm not even going to be in it. I'm just going to hire 8 models, ass, and cock. Because it's so good. I'm like, this is what they want to see.
This is, let me describe it. It's like someone took a piece of yarn, a single piece of yarn, and then threw it over the Grand Canyon because there's so much ass in here. And a little like thong strap is not capable of covering every. Well, I'm glad it's not capable. This video is hot. These men are gorgeous. They're working it out in a gym. The song tells a story, and some stories need to be told.
Honey, it's
This
the
is
greatest
wonderful.
story ever told. It has displaced the Bible.
This is wonderful. I am so happy to take a break.
Okay.
Work me out, made me hot, made me sweat, baby. Exercise a nigga, baby, made me go crazy. Work me out, make me hot, made me sweat, baby. Exercise a nigga, baby, made me go crazy. Work me out, make me hot, make me sweat, baby. Work me out, make me hot, make me sweat, baby. Work me out, make me hot, make me sweat, baby. Exercise a nigga, baby, made me go crazy. Like a gym session, show me what it's in for. Train you till you tap out, give it to you rough. Make me hot, make me sweat like good sex. I'll make you water like Tyler, hey, you dripping wet. Off the chain, you ain't had a nigga like this. If I take it real slow, you better do that shit. Squat down real low, like you on a dick. The way I give it to you, make you do that shit real quick. Fire face, nice body, yeah, you working with some. Flex for me, baby, show me you ain't hurting for none. They already jealous, you gon' have them real mad. Tell them hoes keep hating, make their nerves real bad. Work me out, made me hot, made me sweat, baby. Exercise a nigga, baby, made me go crazy.
Chime is changing the way people bank. They offer the most rewarding, fee-free banking, and it's built just for you.
I don't want to interrupt here, but I want to chime in. They're not like traditional old banks that charge you overdraft and monthly fees. Plus, they have thousands of fee-free ATMs. There's nothing more frustrating than added fees when you're just trying to access your own money.
Exactly. So with Chime, you are not just switching banks, you are upgrading to America's #1 choice for banking with a Chime checking account.
And how about some of these benefits? All benefits here, honey. Get 5% cash back on a Chime card in a category of your choice, like gas or groceries. And you get savings that grow faster with 3.75 APY. That's 9 times higher than the national average.
And don't forget, they also have Spot Me, which lets you overdraft up to $200 fee-free.
We all need to be proactive in our own finances and understand what our money's doing, and banking can be confusing. There's so many hidden fees and policies that are different at each bank, so you have to look out for you, and with Chime you could do that.
Yes, God, and don't just settle. Find what works for you and get the perks and benefits that are beneficial to your life. Check out Chime.
Honey, I did. I'm a Chime user, and Chime is not just smarter banking, it's the most rewarding way to bank. Join the millions who are already banking fee-free today.
Head to chime.com/drag. That is chime.com/drag. It only takes a few minutes to sign up.
Chime is a fintech, not a bank. Banking services provided for MyPay and Chime Card provided by Chime Bank Partners. Optional products and services may have fees or charges. Stated annual percentage yield and cashback for Chime Prime only. No minimum balance required.
Checking account ranking based on a J.D. Power survey published October 20th, 2025. For more information on APY rates, MyPay, SpotMe, and travel perks, go to chime.com/disclosures.
This podcast is brought to you by Squarespace. Squarespace is the all-in-one website platform designed to help you stand out and succeed online. Whether you're just starting out or scaling your business, everybody needs a website. Otherwise, you're just out there making your business happen with what? Word of mouth? No, ma'am. If you've got a passion project that you're starting, if you want to start making drag watches that are purely ornamental, made for the sole purpose of a queen touching her wrist during lip sync when the song lyrics say, time. That idea is brilliant and needs a website. This is why you need Squarespace, because Squarespace gives you everything you need to claim your domain. Showcase your offerings with a professional website, then you can grow your brand and get paid all in one place. Plus, they have integrated SEO tools, which means search engine optimization, I think, so you can show up more often on search engines. And their Blueprint AI design tool, which can get a fully custom website built in just a few steps if you want to do the whole AI thing. Plus, you can connect your socials, set up easy ways for your customers to buy your products, and even schedule appointments with you. It's all right there on Squarespace. I've scaled a number of businesses in my time, and they have all needed websites because websites just legitimize you, you know? And Squarespace is a great spot for a creative person like me who needs to make a website and has great ideas but doesn't necessarily know the HTML, QRL, TMV of it all, you know? Because I'm not an IT whiz at all. But Squarespace makes it easy for me to select what I want and then put out a wonderful website. And it could be the same for you. You need to check out squarespace.com/drag for a free trial. And then when you're ready to launch, just use the offer code DRAG to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain, which is kind of the same thing. Squarespace.com/drag. So you were in P-Town?
I was.
And what were you pushing in P-Town?
Love that kind of stuff.
I don't know what you were doing at P-Town, but it wasn't dancing.
Dick docking and leopard. Is this gold leopard?
It is a smattering of different leopards, and one of them is like a sequin leopard that goes like a sort of slash across it. This was a dress that Dallas made for me for the first Drag Queen of the Year pageant.
Oh.
And it has a huge PVC tube at the bottom that keeps the dress in this sort of cone shape. And I just love it. I feel so pretty in it. It was kind of, we needed to call NASA to figure out how to travel with it, but we figured it out. Jess figured it out. And I loved it. It was fun.
Very Miss Kitty.
Very Miss Kitty Galloway. We did a few shows in P-Town. We did a show in Fire Island. I went home to see my family in Pennsylvania. So this whole month I've just been kind of East Coasting it. And now I'm back in LA for a few days before I relocate to New York to be a theater girl.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Do you need me to water your plants while you're gone?
You know what? That's really nice of you to offer, but we figured out a solution to that.
Death.
Letting him die. No, I'm just kidding. I would never. At a different point in my life, I think I would have, but I love my plants so much. So no, they're going to a friend's house, and they're gonna be taken care of.
I love that.
What's going on with Theresa May?
Theresa May wants her money. Theresa May says, "This is a warning to the man who owes me over 10,000 pounds. It's been over 2 years now. I've been kind enough not to take legal action because you said you'd pay me back monthly. We both know that ain't happening. I've had enough. While others who have done similar stuff have been exposed and paid the consequences, you've been happily enjoying my kind silence. That's over. If you don't send me what's mine, I'm going to full out this Friday with pictures, screenshots, and screen recordings. I know some of you queens have been through the same process, different person. What are you moving this forward? What are you
doing? Maybe it's supposed to say.
What are you doing to move this forward legally? Teresa wants to know, in England, I'm pretty sure that if you prove it, they garnish the person's whatever's for the future. Because somebody said that one of the shady England, UK promoters had opened a merch company after they couldn't tour the girls anymore. And the monies from that, I'm pretty sure, reimbursed some of the girls who owed money. But that's only if you're a citizen of the UK. All the American girls that got fucked out of money, of which there were many.
Out of luck.
This is why Lady Bunny insists on getting paid before she goes on stage.
I get it. I know specific cases where there's girls who are owed 5 figures from certain promoters in the UK, and it's just at a point where it's like is it ever going to happen? And kind of no. Who do you think she's talking about? It's pounds, so I would assume. Well, it might not be fair to assume, but who do you think she's talking about?
I rarely make assumptions because
We
that makes
rarely like speculate in a sort
Yeah.
of negative way on this podcast. So why would we start doing that now?
Yeah, it would be out of my comfort zone personally. But if I were to
Mama, there's 2 big promoters in the UK
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
that
Well,
aren't
no.
there anymore.
Yeah, those two aren't there anymore. There's more than a few others who have always paid on time. GAY in every town has always
Oh, hell
paid
yeah.
on time.
Oh, yes.
Anytime I've worked with Victoria's Secret, always on time.
Who's this about?
It's
People
not
are
about
speculating.
Club Kids or Andrew, which is great.
Okay.
But also, Teresa's not a dumb girl. Bianca says,
I
I
just
just
say-
sent the money. Stop harassing me, bitch.
Uh,
Why would anyone let a bill get to over, if they haven't paid you for one gig, why are you doing the next gig for them? That's how I always worked with Club Kids. I told Andrew at Club Kids after I did Ibiza and Berlin, I was like, Ibiza and Paris. I was like, I'm not going on stage in Berlin unless I get my money from at least one of the nights I just made you money at, because I saw you making money. I saw the people at the bar. I saw the money.
Yeah.
So where is my part of that? Because that's why drag queens are employed by clubs and establishments, because we help make them money.
well,
By
yes.
being there and promoting drink specials or getting people lit or having fun or performing, just being a draw in some way. So if we're there doing our jobs, why are the people who are supposed to be paying us not doing theirs? But also, you have to be your own biggest advocate. And if someone didn't pay you for one gig and then they didn't pay you for the next gig or the next gig, and then they're like, oh, we'll get you at the end of the tour, and then that's 5 gigs, and maybe you were making $2,000 a gig, and then it's 10 grand. And you haven't gotten it 2 years later, baby, I would be ripping things out of the wall at this person's home, even if it only took pennies at the pawn shop. I would be getting it. This is
Well, yes. And I think
I'm sorry
that's
this happened, Teresa. This is sucky that you probably trusted someone that you liked, and that was a gay person, and you can't trust everybody. And you got to get that deposit, and you got to get that coin.
And that's the thing. And you have good advice in there about, not moving forward unless you get the ducats transferred. But sometimes that's easier said than done. And I want to explain, like, to anyone out there who's like, how could you let this happen? It's actually a very common thing that there's a level of trust, and you feel you're in the hands of other people who are, whether it's your management company who's supposed to be collecting the money, or whether it's the promoter who's supposed to be, taking all this money, and then at the end, all the numbers come through and then it gets transferred over. That's very common. That's common practice. So there is a level of trust, and it's like a sort of, and so it's really a violation when you get to the end of it and you're like, oh, wait, like the person I was trusting actually is not trustworthy and actually fucked up. So I hope that Teresa can get some legal action going, because we always want to see the girls getting paid for the work that they do.
Mhm.
Always.
You need to go outside their home and blast, hey, daddy, baby, I got your money, don't you? Oh, wait, I am worried.
But it also speaks to that. Remember, there was that interview with Tia Coffey after she went back on the show, where she talked about how a bunch of queens get designs and outfits on spec and on credit, because the hope is they'll make the money back after going on TV. And so it's like an entire trickle down system where there are also designers who are, like waiting on the $50,000 worth of payment that they'll see over a year of, gigs and touring. It's so crazy that, and both of you you work with designers who I'm sure have bent your ear about someone who owes them tons of money.
I don't trade in gossip and
That's true. I'm
I
sorry
have
to put
heard
you in that
it.
position.
I have heard it.
I
And sometimes it's people that you wouldn't expect. And sometimes it's people who you know have the dollars who just decide not to pay the doll. So yes,
my
I've heard about it.
my thing with clothes is I don't wear it till I pay for it because I don't want anyone to feel some kind of way. But also,
Yeah.
how do I say this nicely? And why am I
Why
worried
start
about
now?
it? All of some of the shady promoters though have also sponsored the girls before they've went on Drag Race and said, we'll give you all this money for your package, you need to come work for us after, and then the terms after aren't always satisfiable to both parties, or they'll fly the girls over to come do DragCon in their booth, and then the girls won't show up to do the booth, or if they do show up they'll be in drag and sunglasses as a boy. Like, there's these kind of things that make you go, is it called con or drag con?
Well,
And who is that rambunctious fellow being escorted out?
we want to see the girls get paid. Please keep us posted, Teresa. And if you want to come on and talk about it any further, we would love to have you. There are congratulations in the kingdom in order, though. We have a new winner. I know this happens so rarely. There are so few seasons of Drag Race nowadays. But we have a new winner, the queen of the mother pucking world. Canada's Drag Race, Canada versus the World Season 2. We have reached the finale, and the winner is...
Lemon!
Good for her.
This finale was very satisfying. First of all, Lemon was a beautiful, wonderful winner who there was definitely an inkling that she was going to win because we all know Canada wanted that crown back, okay? So when Fierce Delicious, who was a lovely fourth alternate, left, she wrote on the mirror, "Congratulations, Lemon."
Oh, the jig is up.
Girl, you know why. You know why, exactly.
Dragonfly.
So the finale was wonderful. It got to incorporate Raja D. O'Hara as kind of a Bob Ross. And she did paintings, like live paintings of the girls in their coronation outfits. And it was a wonderful, thoughtful touch, a way to incorporate a winner and one of her many talents. And then at the end, the paintings were all done and presented, and the girls pulled off the thing on stage. And bitch, Raja looked so beautiful. Gorgeous. It must be a rule that there can't be an ugly Raja ever, because every Raja I know,
it's written.
Gorgeous. No. Cheryl Hole was in the finale. Who else was there? Miss Lemon, Kennedy, Alexis Mateo. Oh, bitch, Alexis Mateo did this beautiful lip sync to Alessia Caro's song, How Far I'll Go. And she had this, it was a study in how to lip sync in drag. She didn't have to get on the floor.
How to do it.
She had this big blue overcoat, and it was like about the water and the wind. And then she turned around and the coat swirled, and she gave that moment of like having a big coat and why you have it. And then she took it off, and then the beads on her gown started moving like the water. And bitch,
she was the water.
When I squinted, I was like, "That's Tyla." I'm pretty sure that's Tyla.
She is the ocean.
It was so beautiful, and just an example of how beautiful old school drag can be. And Lemon is a wonderful winner and very deserving. And yes.
And Lemon held her own in a lip sync against Kennedy Davenport. I mean, that is not an easy thing to do. This is like one of the what?
There's been a ruling in a very big case which could impact some other cases. That just came in. Tom Girardi was found guilty on 4 counts.
So what does that mean for Ms. Erica?
Well, I'll
talk about getting outfits and not paying for them.
Hello.
Oh, dang.
Hello, goodbye. Ms. Jane to set.
Not
Ms.
always
Jane
the drag queens.
No. Yes. This is big news. Tom Girardi who's Erica Jane's ex-husband or estranged husband.
Estranged.
Was being brought up on the charges about him stealing money from his clients that he did class action settlements with. Tom Girardi, for those that don't know, was a lawyer who was involved in the Aaron Brockovich case in real life. And people trusted him because of that case to handle large class action lawsuits for plaintiffs. And he bilked plaintiffs out of many millions of dollars, I think less than $1 billion. And a lot of those funds, at least 25 million of them, went to Erica Jane to finance her pop career. And they came straight out of a trustee account that should have been earmarked for the victims, and it wasn't. So it's kind of strange that she's saying she didn't know about all these things. And we'll talk on it more next week when we have more
information will come to light.
You know, we own the T stands for the truth, not tails.
The T, which means truth, and I will ask you to sashay, which means to walk away, and I will ask you to shantay, which means that you will actually stay.
I will ask you to sashay to New York City because she's a New York City girl. She's doing Drag the Musical. When are you moving, bitch?
I will be the first queen to chasse away
okay,
to
Wait,
Drag the Musical.
Do you have any final thoughts on Lemon? You guys just stopped immediately. You were talking
Lemon's
about Lemon winning the crown.
Lemon's an amazing... the point I was trying to make is Lemon's an amazing performer. To hold your own in a lip sync against Kennedy Davenport and to really have it be neck and neck like that she's an incredible performer. She's grown a lot and evolved a lot as a performer since the first time when I put her in drag years ago.
What?
I put her in drag. I put her in drag for the first time years ago in New York.
Was she somebody's backup dancer for something and she wanted to be a drag queen?
She was dating Nick Laughlin's really good friend, Piers. And so we were just in New York one night and we were like, let's put the girls in drag. And so I put the girls in drag and played around in wigs. And she's a beauty. And look at the bitch now.
So you're her drag mom?
Well, I don't know. Aunt.
A Lemon 5,000. Okay.
Yeah.
Where can people get tickets for Drag the Musical? Will you remind us?
Yeah, dragthemusical.com.
Oh.
I'm going to be like relocating to New York in a few days. By the time this comes out, it'll be a few days. But yeah, we're going to be doing the musical at New World Stages. This is the moment. So if you're in New York, we're literally going to be there doing 8 shows a week all year long till January, till April. Like, we're going to be there. So
wow.
We will be there. Come on out.
The gigs,
the
gigs.
Yes.
Well, I can't wait to see it. We'll be taking a break.
Yeah,
let's take a
finish
break.
Your sentence.
You just want
mid-sentence. Let's take a break, and we'll be right back.
What?
Pretty quickly, the Nightlife Artist We're taking a break.
We'll be right back.
So, as one knows, the cost of living does not usually go down, especially in one of the most expensive cities in the world, like New York. And a good friend of the pod, Keisha Carr, she has been very vocal on Instagram about queens receiving a livable wage. And if you should check her out. It's That Bearded Queen on Instagram. Because for the longest time, $150 has been the going rate for queens in New York City to run full shows at the bars in Manhattan. That's like an hour show, basically.
And maybe I think some places less, because she was even saying that she negotiated up to 150 because it had been 100.
Unbelievable, because the girls work a lot. Like, that's not just like coming in and doing a number for $150. That's doing, it's multiple hours of a show. You're hosting, then you're doing numbers, then you're hosting some more. Then it's like you're holding the entire night. So yeah, I don't know what year $150 would be sufficient for that amount of work, but basically she's saying enough is enough, and she went on her stories and made a post about this, and then it was like it caught fire, and there was a lot of people who were chiming in and saying, yeah, I've experienced the same thing. It's not cool. She also said something that's really interesting. And Keisha, we would love to have you on the podcast. This is a standing invitation. Anytime you want to come on, we would love to talk to you about all of this. But something that she was talking about, which I want to hear your opinion on, Willam, is a lot of people say, oh, drag queens do the same numbers in New York. They don't do new mixes. And she said, the reason we do that is because we know we have to do the numbers that we know are the moneymakers, because we are dependent on tips coming in because the fucking wage is so low to be booked there. So we have to do the numbers that we know are going to be the ones that we make the money on. We can't try out new material because we don't have that luxury. So I definitely see that. And girl, I mean, people are filling the bars and they're buying drinks. I mean, there's money to be had. So often there's a cover. There's money to be had. And I think it should be shared with the drag queens who are holding down the fucking fort, you know?
Yeah, you figure if a drag queen brings in, even if it's a shitty show, 25 to 30 people, and if those 25 to 30 people all buy 2 drinks at the minimum, that is $10 a drink maybe, plus a tip. So there's $10 going into the economy times 2. That's 20. 20 times 30 is, I'm not doing the math now, but that's money. And more than $150 of that should go to the MC.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
back in the day, Raja, Chakra, and the girls, Ms. Alana, would all get $100 just for go-go dancing for 4 sets of a half hour each. Because drag was one of those things where if you were good at it, you got paid for it. And Keisha's good at it, and she can hold a room. When I was in New York seeing like these New York queens, I was watching a show with Jan and Britta, and I had never seen Britta perform live other than on Drag Race. And what I knew of her from Drag Race, I was like, this show, I don't really need to see it. But once I saw it, I had a fully changed opinion on Britta. She was fucking great. And watching that during the winter when it was snowing outside, and they were so thankful that people were there, and they were like, the only reason people were in the bar was to see these girls.
Yeah.
And I don't remember where it was. It was the one where like you go in and there's the bar and then the bathroom's across from it, and then like the big stage is in the back. It might be it's not Pieces, it's not Duplex, it's Midtowny, I feel like. But it was fun. It wasn't Balcone either or Red Eye. But it was somewhere where I was like, this bar should be paying everybody. And they had a show at 7 o'clock. Or it was like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. And it was like 3 different sets of queens. And all of them were like great. I only stayed for 2 of them. But like drag should be respected. And I feel like there is something that is trying to make that happen. It's called the Nightlife Artist Coalition, NAC, NYC.
Yes.
And the NAC Coalition is a united force of New York City's vibrant nightlife community fighting for fair wages, better working conditions, and respect for all performers and creatives. Together, we're raising the bar for equity and empowerment in the industry.
Love to see it. This is how change gets made.
Yeah.
So, Keisha, anytime you want to come on, you are welcome. We'd love to see the work getting done. And the moral of the story is, book the girls. Pay the girls.
And
the girls are here.
And when you do
Pay
that,
the girl.
know that the girls talk too. Like if someone comes to me and says, oh, we'd love to have you there, it's been years. And I say, well, every time I'm there, you fuck up my music. And they say, oh, that won't happen anymore. That DJ's gone. And I say, oh, okay. And then they tell you that they can't pay the rate that they paid 10 years ago. It's like, wait, why not? And they're, oh, we never paid that much. I'm like, yes, you did. Don't play like that. You should probably talk to someone who's worked there longer than you. And they really, and I'll say who it was. It was Mickey's. Mickey's tried it with me. Tried it. Just like 2 years ago. And I was like, no, that is not what I was paid. And how dare you? I sat at that front door for 4 years taking covers. Anyway,
And that's why
We
ever
all-
since you have gone there and stolen people's phones as revenge, so that their Yelp page would be covered in phone theft. Willam is the phone thief. It's revenge.
It's
This
me.
is how the cookie crumbles.
it's me. They asked me not to come into the Cricket and the Boost Mobile stores anymore because I was cruising too much. So I had to find a way to get all these phones.
Not cruising too
I had to find a way. So I did.
The little chirp on the cricket phone. I live. Let's get there. It is. Crickets. That joke brought to you by Cricket Mobile. This is the moment where we say,
Let's get political. I wanna get political. Let me see your body sign.
Listen, we're on Zoom. Give us a break, okay?
This comes
yeah.
from Politico.
They were playing a different backing track in my ear. This was sabotage by production. That was not my fault. That was not my fault, guys.
Okay, Plasma. They're just two.
They used the raw audio. They didn't use the track I sent them.
I had a raw leak.
Oh my god.
This is from Politico. With just 2 weeks left until the scheduled September 10th presidential debate between Vice President Kamala Harris
September 10th is in 2 weeks. Oh
Yep.
my god.
and former President
Oh.
Donald Trump, negotiations between the two campaigns have hit an impasse over whether the candidates' microphones will be muted when it's not their turn to speak, according to 4 people familiar with the issue. In June, President Joe Biden's campaign came to an agreement with Trump's. There would be 2 debates conducted by mutually negotiated rules. One of Biden's team's demands, which the Trump team agreed to, was that the microphones will be muted throughout the debate, except for when the candidate whose turn it is to speak is speaking. But Biden is no longer running for president, and Harris's campaign wants the microphones to be hot at all times during the ABC debate, as has historically been the case at presidential debates. We have told ABC and other networks seeking to host a possible October debate that we believe both candidates' mics should be live throughout the full broadcast. Brian Fallon, the Harris political campaign senior advisor for communications, tells Politico. Our understanding is that Trump's handler preferred the muted microphone because they don't think their candidate can act presidential for 90 minutes on his own. We suspect Trump's team has not even told their boss about this dispute because it would be too embarrassing to admit that they don't think he can handle himself against Vice President Harris without the benefit of a mute button. Privately, the Veep's team believes that Harris can get Trump to lose his cool and say something impolitic on mic. She's more than happy to have exchanges with him if he tries to interrupt her, one person familiar with the negotiations tells Playbook. And given how shook he seems by her, he's very prone to have intemperate outbursts, and I think the campaign would want viewers to hear that.
Well, I wish this podcast had a mute button sometimes, but I think our viewers do, mostly.
All right.
Shay. Dipper wishes we had a mute button. What do you think about this?
I think that the mic should be unmuted, but also
Hot mic.
he interrupts
Reverb
people.
or no reverb?
A kiss.
It's just a little.
I'm really not sure. I thought that they'd want them muted when the other person was because Trump has a tendency to, I'm guessing, interrupt
And talk over and be crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was thinking that they actually would, but Kamala knows it's in her best interest to show this man being himself and to not put a choke collar on him because he might just be like the what's it called? The guillotine master of his own death.
The arbiter of his own demise.
That.
Wow.
Because remember, one of the most viral moments from the vice presidential debate with Mike Pence was, I'm speaking. Remember, because he was trying to interrupt her and she was like, excuse me, I'm speaking.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
I don't watch any of that stuff. I already know who I'm voting for. I don't have to. Is that
Yes.
terrible of me?
No, it's not terrible, especially in this election. Like what I think most people who are who already have their minds made up are mostly watching to see it get worse, mostly watching for the train wreck. But there are still plenty of people in swing
No,
states
baby.
who don't know who they're voting for.
I can just do a Google search on me and see that. I don't need to see other people's train wrecks. I'm good.
Well, we'll be keeping an eye on it, and I'm sure we will see how it goes. And
You know where the mics will be on at Drag the Musical.
They will be, yes.
Yes, they will.
No mute button here.
No mute button here, honey.
Why don't we go ahead and take a break, and we'll be right back with some Spelunkiana. Oh,
It says welcome.
So
You-
our first question comes from Dipperana from Los Angeles, California, from Lancashire Boulevard. The reason in the picture that it says "come behind me" is because when I saw Kylie Minogue at Pride, okay, she did the song "Come Into My World."
Mhm.
And everyone was dancing and singing along. And I was like, everyone is saying the word come over and over again. Because the song goes, come into my... And I just thought that was the funniest thing. The childish drag queen brain in me. So I was like, I'm going to do this song and I'm just going to put the word come on the screen multiple times while I say the word come. I thought it was really funny. I don't think the audience thought it was as funny as I did, but sometimes it doesn't matter. And you just gotta go for it.
And you have the freedom to try out new songs that aren't
I
relying
do.
on tips.
I do, but the truth is, I do a lot when it's a club and I get 2 numbers. Honey, I'm going to do the greatest hits. I'm not going to try out new material, and I'm not going to do a song that like people don't know because they came to see the thing.
Don't call yourself that. It's that special time where the things go in the cave and we get to go spelunking.
Unking, deep inside the DMs. Wow.
From Jeff to the gorgeous dolls, Big Dip, and the whole gang. Hey, Meatball.
She ain't
Thanks,
here.
Detox. I'm willing in hopes of providing some words of encouragement to Ms. Getting Bread from episode number 258. Long story short, I've been there, girl, and I can confirm it does get better. So wait, what was the question?
We've had
from before?
258 of these?
Oh,
Mama.
yeah, baby.
Holy shit.
Miss Getting Bread left the Renaissance concert in Paris, went to a bathhouse and got fucked by a Godzilla cock and got some fissures because there was no lube, and has been having trouble being bread ever since, and it's been like a year.
Okay. So the letter goes on. Picture at 2022, a warm Sunday day in PV, Beef Dip. A young Latino man decides to try the margaritas at Matamar. I lost count of how many, and suddenly I was drunker than Cooter Brown. I don't know who that is. My shorts kept finding their way off my body. One thing led to another. Someone was fingered, and I came home with Montezuma's revenge. I blame the margaritas, and a fissure. After a full year and anal talks later, she was healed. Mama Lasky is right. Start small with plugs and plenty of lube. You'll be back to riding those gorgeous donkey cocks soon enough. From Dallas, con amor, Jeff. Okay.
Cooter Brown, sometimes given as Cootie Brown, is a name used in metaphors and similes for drunkenness, mostly in the South. Cooter Brown supposedly lived on the line which divided the North and South during the American Civil War, making him eligible for military draft by either side. Cooter Brown!
Cooter Brown.
Cooter
Okay.
Brown.
Cootra. Accoutrement Brown is her
Accoutrement
full
Brown.
name.
This next so wait, what is so he says
The
get anal
ass
talk.
heals itself is what the takeaway is.
But anal talks, he said.
Anal talks, which is the alternate name for Alaska talks.
When Anitra joins.
Anitra Alaska detox.
This next
And Owl
message
talks.
comes from PP. Hello, Alaska Willam Daddy Dipper. I'm a longtime listener and first-time messenger. And on the last episode of Race Chaser, Willam asked who would Coco, Adore, Tatiana have been in the Baddest Bitches in Herstory Challenge. Well, the full track leaked on YouTube a few years ago, and through careful analysis, fans made the assumption that
Analysis. So that's Anitra, Alyssa, and who's a sis? Alexis Mateo.
Alexis. Through careful analysis, fans made the assumption that Coco would have played Cleopatra, Tatiana as Joan of Arc, and Adore as Frida Kahlo. Attached is a link to the full song for reference, as well as a dick pic for priority boarding. Sincerely, Peter Pecker.
Peter Pecker.
Peter, this is more than a peck. You definitely had picked a prize pepper, honey. This is a big, big dick. I think once was enough with this song. I don't need to see it to believe it.
Oh my god. Well, I'm glad that the tracks leaked.
I started at the bottom one stone at a time. I never gave up. I was more for the climb. I love hieroglyphics.
Oh yeah. Me and my kids in the hand in hand, walking like an Egyptian. Big eyeliner with a sick profile. And what had happened was I was the baddest bitch, a lady freedom fighter. The voices
That's
in my
kind of a
head
banger.
going off like a choir. La la, voices in my head. La la la, voices in my head. You're gonna burn me at the stake? Better bring some
Oh,
barbecue
it's like
sauce.
Rihanna as
But
Joan
mom
of
said
Arc.
it's okay to be a unibrow. To never be ashamed, cause it's a sign of
Rihanna.
power. So now I paint my face and not a stupid flower. My uni brow.
All right.
That sounds a little Encanto for me.
Yes.
Yeah.
The last one. I don't know about all that, but
I like the Rihanna one and I love the Cleopatra one. Those are strong. I'm glad that these things get leaked because there's a lot of work that goes into it by the songwriters. I mean, sometimes there's a lot of work that goes into it. Clearly on these, I thought these were really strong and really good. And so I'm glad that they like get out there and get heard by some people. That's good.
two out of three that I just heard were pleasing, but I mean, I just remember
Pleasing.
Katya's Diana one being like not up to snuff as the other ones, and Detox's Marie Antoinette I don't think the text was revelatory.
Okay. Well, changed a lot of people's lives.
You know, maybe never mind. I'm not going to talk about the shoes.
It is. What about the shoes?
They
My
were
shoes?
ugly.
My dancing shoes?
Ugly.
You always want to talk about drag queens unionizing. We unionized to get those shoes. Ho. We had to fight for our right to wear those Little Biscuit pleaser. They're not pleasers. They're Ladukums. Anyway, thanks for the cock. Thanks for the belly. There's even cum here.
Oh, you didn't tell me there was cum. Oh,
I
yes.
know.
Oh, this is large. I didn't see that second picture.
Uh-huh.
Wowie. I think this
Wowie,
is a
wow,
wood,
wow, wowie.
I think this is a wood floor.
Yes. Parquet.
Mm-hmm.
Parquet. Okay. Our next message comes from SM. Dearest Will Laskper, obsessed listener in Palm Springs, soaking in your podcast causes me to laugh aloud, girls. Often to the laugh cry stage which I'm completely here for. Your banter and laughter is contagious. A cornucopia of queries and quandaries to ponder. Are either of you still bound by any part of an NDA for your season? And how much stricter are they now? I thank Willam for saying what she says for spilling, though I always recognize Alaska's PC approach with all winners two in mind and tone. Comments? Also, Barracks update. The Palm Springs local news did 2 features on the closing and talked with both the liquor board and the city. The rumors and stories that were floating around Palm Springs were thick with fables and fabrications on why it was closing. It was hard to distinguish the truth. As someone who produced parties there, I feel fairly close to the story. It seems that both the ABC board and the city were working with the owner to stay open regarding numerous counts against them and raising their legal patron capacity. They weren't forced to close. They decided to sell the bar after 31 years and open one in Phoenix without much transparency. The video that was shot on the patio was part of the drama, but as I understand, it wasn't the deal breaker. And that's a whole other storyline. For the community, there is a loss. Barracks was a crossroads of like-minded and folk and to meet and mingle. Many who only saw each other there. I went the last Saturday before they closed, and it felt like a shell of what it once was, with all art and decor removed for shipment to Arizona. Bars open, bars close, and that's the way businesses go. I believe the problem most people have is the deflection of the truth and the realization most feel lied to without much closure on why. And on the subject of lunars, hot goss topic from 2023, for priority boarding, an aisle seat, and maybe a drink coupon, I provide an image of me shooting balloon content with latex fetishists back in my day. As you see, I clearly had a great time, and I thank you, Stephen Michael.
What the
Balloon.
Oh,
Thank
that's
you.
what lunar stands for. I thought it was like Jamie Lunar from in Aaron Spelling shows like Savannah. Or
People fuck balloons. I mean, I could see how that
Wait,
would be fun.
how? What is this picture? So we see Stephen Michael's cock coming through something filmy. Is his dick in the balloon that after it got blown up? And is it
in
through
the balloon?
Is it through the blowhole where you put the air in, or is it
Well,
above it?
You know
Is it
how
com-
you could like push into a balloon?
Yeah.
Maybe that's what he's doing. So like he's not inside the actual balloon, but he's using the balloon as like a liminal space to fuck.
Yeah.
Freak.
And he's singing. His mouth is open and he's singing a very high note at this moment.
Oh,
Clearly.
oh.
And the cum is going.
Well,
National Geographic must have shot this because this is an action shot and they caught it, honey.
honestly, this should get photo of the year. I think that this is important, Stephen Michael. Thank you for telling us because we did not have the full story, and I think that the Barracks is a huge loss not to have in Palm Springs anymore. And I
Well,
hope
the bar owners thought Palm Springs was too hot, so they went to somewhere cooler, Arizona.
Oh my god.
Well, no, that's what sucks. It sounds like the owners just were like, we're not
Yeah.
going to tell anyone and we're just going to say peace deuces and we're just going to go to, I mean, I don't know why you would go to Arizona over Palm Springs. I mean, maybe it's cheaper, maybe like, who knows? But that's what sucks is there was no sort of like transparency and closure about it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that they had somebody told me this, that it was harder to make money because their capacity was limited due to a fire marshal coming in during like an afternoon and like seeing a certain number of people there and saying, oh, only 100 people can fit in here when more than 100 people could fit. I may be confusing that with something, but I know that they were trying to get their capacity limit up too. Thank you for writing in, Stephen Michael. Let us know if you have any parties that we can support out there where people can go to, do their thing. Now, as far as the question about the NDA,
Brother. Jesus.
Mine was for either 1 year or 3 years. I forget, but it is definitely over. And
I will say this. I don't think that, and maybe it's different now, but I never felt like World of Wonder was going to sue anybody, but they did have a way of letting you know if you, this was back when I was on the show still, years ago. They had a way of telling you that if you said something in an interview that they didn't like, or you made a post that they didn't like, and they would encourage you to like take it down. It never got to the point where it was like, we're going to enact your NDA and we're going to take you to court. It was more like, well, we really don't like this, and so you should do something about it. That's how it was for me anyway.
That's not how it was for me. I definitely was threatened with legal action through my manager, Susan Haber, in 2012.
Susan Hayworth was your manager?
Susan Haber. She was.
Oh, okay.
She was also the manager of one of the judges that was on my season at the time, John Sally, the one that thought Jiggly had a fake belly. So I was definitely threatened with it. I also had a process server come to my house trying to serve me, which I had on camera. And that did not happen because I didn't answer the door. But
well,
I did.
Think you're a special exception.
Thank you so much. You're also very special. And if you would like to feel special by us reading your message on our programming, we would encourage you to write in. We want to hear your queries on wigs, lovers, petty theft.
I'm a special girl.
Catfishing.
Do you know that clip?
No.
We'll
Dog
talk about
fishing,
it offline.
Beauty tips, family drama, favorite TV shows like the Torkelsons, songs that sound the same, Chicago, places you've seen Scuttlebutt. Please just send in your messages to racechaserpodcast@gmail.com.
And remember, our classic coverage of All Stars 2 continues. Next week is episode 5 already.
Whoa.
Full uncensored video episodes featuring 360 drag head to toe. And our new set will be exclusively available on Mom Plus Gold 1 day early on Tuesdays. Plus, we have special interviews with cast members, but they're only available on Mom Plus Gold. So if you want to talk to the girls, you're going to have to get on Mom Plus Gold. This seems like the perfect time to sign up. So go to patreon.com/momplus.
Yeah, and please get there early because the axe I've been grinding is almost at a nub. You don't want to miss out. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Hot Goss. Remember, please take a moment to rate and review our show on your podcast app. You just laughed and had a good old time for an hour, so tell us how good we did, please.
And a shout out to all of our Mom Plus Gold subscribers who are listening to this episode ad-free behind the Good Pussy paywall. Cha-ching.
Get over that paywall. Come and sign up for Mom Plus and Mom Plus Gold by visiting mompodcast.plus.
Follow us on Instagram at the Only Alaska 5000, at Willam, at RaceChaserPod, at Mom Podcasts.
And stay safe out there, everybody. And we will be back next week with another steaming, scalding serving of Hot Goss.
That's Hot Goss.
No, leave it right there. Leave it right there. Leave it right there.
Mom!
To listen to Hot Goss ad-free and to get access to all of Mom Podcast premium content, including weekly episodes of Unplugged, check out Mom Plus Gold at mompodcast.plus.
Hot Goss is produced by Moguls of Media, a.k.a. Mom.
Hosted by Alaska and Willam.
Produced by Big Dipper.
Editing and sound design by Will Pitts.
Our theme song is Twisted by Alaska Thunderfuck.
Media and design support by Stone Cold.
Executive produced by Alaska, Willam, Big Dipper, Camille Stennis, and Joe Cilio.
Hey, it's Paige DeSorbo from Giggly Squad. Okay, wait, have you ever had one of those moments where you're like, I should be doing something fun tonight, and then you just don't because you don't have what you need? Because same. But recently I've been trying to be more of a yes person, and honestly, Amazon Prime has been enabling that energy. Like the other night, I randomly decided I was going to host a last-minute girls' night. No planning, no groceries, nothing. And instead of spiraling, I just ordered everything I needed and got it that day. Snacks, drinks, even like random hosting things I absolutely didn't need, but emotionally I did. And suddenly it went from maybe next time to yes, tonight. That's what I love. Prime same-day delivery makes it so you can say yes before the moment slips away. Because let's be real, the only thing worse than a bad plan is a plan you never make happen.
Same-day delivery, it's on Prime. Available in select areas, terms apply. So if you're trying to be more spontaneous or just less chaotic, go to amazon.com/prime to find millions of items delivered fast.